Hey guys, welcome to AKV and this is Vishnu. So in this illustration, X Company Limited invested on Fund 1 for 2010 in certain equity shares. So the equity shares has been given, name of the company D Limited and G Limited. Number of shares we have is 1500, face value would be 1091, cost would be 20,000 and 15,000. Going further, in September 2010, 10% dividend was paid out of D Limited, and in October 2010 30% dividend paid out by G Limited. On 31/3/2011 the market quotation showed a value of 22 and 29 per share of D Limited and G Limited respectively. On 1/4/2011 investment advice advisors indicate: Number one, that the dividend from D Limited and G Limited from the year ended 31/3/2002 likely to be 20% and 35% respectively. Number two, that the probability of market quotation on 31/3/2012 are as follows. We have the probability 0.2, 0.5 and 0.3. For G Limited it would be 22, 25 and 28. For G Limited it would be 29, 31 and 33. And you are required: number one, calculate the average return from the portfolio for the year ended 31/3/2011. Number two, calculate the expected average return from the portfolio for the year ended 11/12. Number three, advise X Limited of the comparative risk in two investment by calculating the standard deviation in each case. So guys, here we have a portfolio containing G Limited and D Limited, and their return and dividend and capital appreciation is given. So we need to compute the return for 2 years and their standard deviation also. So for the computation, I have made a table containing showing the computation of return for the year ended 31/3/2011. So for that, the price for 31/3/2011 would be 22 and 29. Number of shares in hand will be 1500. So when we multiply the number of share per unit into number of shares we have the total market value of the shares would be 22,000 and 14,500. And then we have the investment amount. So the investment amount is the amount which we have invested on 1/4/2010. It would be 20,000 and 15,000. When we take the total, it would be 35,000. Dividend available would be 1, that is 10% on D Limited, and 3% for 30% for G Limited. So 10 into 10%, which gives you 1 into 1000 shares will give you 1000 as dividend amount, and over here 0.3 will give you 0.3 for 1. 30%, 1 into 30% will give you a dividend per share of 0.3, that is 30 paisa. 30 paisa multiplied by 500 will give you 150 for the total shares of 500. So when you take the return will be adding the dividend as well as the capital appreciation. So the capital appreciation would be 22,000 minus 20,000. This market price on 2000 year ended 11 minus market price on 2010, which comes the total of 3,000, and over here it would be a negative amount of rupees 1,350, which means here we have the difference, that is 14,500 minus 15,000 will give you negative 500. Negative 500 plus 150 will give you 350, negative 350. So when we take the return formula would be the return in amount divided by the amount invested. 3,000 divided by 20,000 and negative 350 divided by 50,000. 15,000 will give you 0.15 and 0.23. Now the weight computation. The weight computation is nothing but the amount investment. Total amount invested divide the amount invested per share divided by total amount invested. It should be 20,000 divided by 35,000 and 50,000 divided by 35,000 will give you the weight charge 0.57 and 0.42. So when we multiply the weight into return, we will get the return of D limited as 9% and return per G limited, which would be 0.01%. So when we take the total, it would be 7.6% as a rounded figure. Now the statement showing computation of return for the year ended 11/12. So for the computation of the year ended 11/12, the value on the market price per share on 2011, that is invested amount, would be 22 and 29. So when we multiply 22 and 29 with the respective shares, which is 1,500, we will get the investment amount as 22,000 and 14,500 respectively. Now we need to compute the amount or the market value on the year ended 31/3/2007. So for that computation, in the question they have given some of the probabilities and figures. So I have made another table containing the probabilities and share of D limited and share of G limited. So when we multiply the share of D limited with the probability, we will get the total amount as 25.3, and when we multiply the probability with shares of G limited, we will get a total of 31.2 per share as market price. So these are two market prices on 31/3/2012. So when we multiply it with number of shares in hand, we will get the total amount as 25,300 and 15,600. So those amount would be taken over here as 25,300 and 15,600. Now we have the dividend. Dividend would be 20% and 30%. So it would be 2,000. That is 1 into 1,000 will give you 2,000, and 0.35 into 500 will give you 175. So for the total return would be dividend plus capital appreciation. Capital appreciation would be 25,300 minus 22,000, and 15,600 minus 14,500 will give you the total plus dividend of rupees 2,000, and here will be adding 175 will give you 5,300 and 1,275. So when we divide those amounts with the amount invested, we will get the return of 24% and 8.7%. And then we will compute the weight. So weight would be taken from the amount on or the market price at the beginning of the year, that is 35,500. And when we multiply the weight with the return, we will get the total return as 15% and 0.034%. And when we add those, it would be around 18%. Now the computation of standard deviation. For the computation of standard deviation, we will take the expected market price, and when it should be multiplied with the probability. So when we multiply those things, I mean the expected market price with the probability, we will get the yield as 0.4, 0.25 and 0.24. So over here they have given the expected market price. So the expected market price would be 22, 25 and 28. Now we need to compute the gain. So the gain should be the total amount or the total share price on the beginning of the year minus the expected market price, or the expected market price minus the price at the beginning of the year, which for company D it would be 22, right here we'll check it. So over here we have 22, and for G limited it would be 29. So 22 minus 22 will give you 0, and 25 minus 22 will give you 3, and 28 minus 22 will give you 6. Then we have the respective dividend. So the dividend issued would be 20%, that is 2 per share, right? 10 is the face value into 20% will give you 2. So when we add the expected gain, that is capital gain plus dividend, it would be 2 and 5 and 8. Then we have the probability factor, that is 0.2, 0.5 and 0.3. So when we multiply the total gain with the probability factor, we will get the pi. So pi will be 0.4, 0.2, 0.5 and 2.4. Take the total, when we take the total, it would be 5.3. So the 5.3 should be considered as x bar. So x minus x bar would be 0.2 minus 5.3 will give you 3.3, and 0.5, so 0.5 minus 5.3 will give you 0.5, and 0.3 minus 5.3 will give you 2.7. Sorry, it would be like 5.3. So 2 minus 5.3 will give you negative 3.3, and 5 minus 5.3 will give you 0.03, and 8 minus 5.3 will give you 2.7. That is x minus x bar. So x minus x bar minus whole square, x minus x bar the whole square, it would be 3.3 into 3.3, which is 10.89, and 0.3 into 0.3, which gives you 0.09, and 2.7 into 2.7 will give you 7.29. So when again we need to multiply it with the probability to get the variance. So 10.89 multiplied by the probability 20 percentage will give you 2.1, and 0.09 multiplied by 0.5 will give you 0.045, and 7.29 multiplied by 0.3 will give you 2.187. When we take the total, it would be 4.141, and when we take the root, it would be the standard deviation, that is 2.1. On the next security, which will be the G Limited, the expected price are 29, 31 and 33, and the investment price or the price at the beginning of the year would be 29. Therefore the x minus x bar or the expected gain, which is current, the total market price at the end minus the beginning market price at the beginning, that is 29 minus 29 will give you 0, and 31 minus 29 will give you 2, and 33 minus 29 will give you 4. We have the expected gain, that is 0.35, which is given as dividend, it would be 0.35 each, and then we have the expected yield. So when we add the expected gain plus expected dividend, will give you expected yield as 0.35, 0.23, 0.2.35 and 0.4.35. When we multiply it with the probability, which is PA, that is 0.3, 0.5 and 0.3, we will get the x bar. So when we take the total, it would be 2.55. So we need to deduct this 2.55, this x minus x bar. So x would be 0.35, 2.35 and 4.35. So 0.35 minus 2.55 and 2.35 minus 2.55 and 4.35 minus 2.56 will give you x minus x bar as 2.2, 0.2 and 1.8 respectively. 2.55. There is, after computing the x minus x bar, it would be the x minus x bar the whole square, which would be 0.2, 2.2 into 2.2 and 0.2 into 0.2 and 1.8 into 1.8. After computing the x minus x bar the whole square, we need to multiply it with PA for the computation of the variance. So when we take the total variance, it will be 1.96, and when we take the root of, we will get the capital gain or the standard deviation as 1.4. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you are clear with this example. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe.